Hey guys, Jesse here. Today we are having an arm day. I'm here with my friend Charmaine. I'm going to show you guys what I do for my arm days. I'm trying to grow my arms back. A year ago, I posted an upper body day. I mentioned that I had an injury, so everything was, changed to fit my injury. Today, we are not dealing with that anymore, thank God. So we're going to be training hard. We're not going to be adjusting things for an injury. It's going to be an actual arm day, something that I do to grow my own arms. That's about it. Let's go. I'm already shaking. So something that Jesse has been implementing that I'm also really big on is warm-ups, but most importantly, working on your weak areas that will improve your exercise execution. So something that Jesse needs to improve is her shoulder stability. One of the things that she does as well that I also really like is scapular retractions. So she's going to go ahead and get into the push-up position. And then from here, she's going to retract down into her shoulders and then push up and retract. Right, now that we're done with that, the first thing that we're going to start with is a rope push down for my triceps. So usually what you want to do if you have a weak point, you want to start with the movements that target that weak point. So for me, if my triceps are my weak point, I'm going to start with my triceps instead of focusing on my biceps. And that's why we're going to be doing the rope push downs. And then after that, we're going to do the overhead, any kind of overhead tricep move. Are you zooming in on my face? No. Any kind of overhead tricep movement so that we can target all heads of the tricep. Remember, tricep means 3, so there are 3 heads of the triceps, and we're trying to target all of them. I saw something whenever Jessie was doing these that I think she could get a even further and much better contraction. So, Jessie, go ahead and contract and hold it at the bottom. Okay, so something that I like to do is I tell people to push this down. Almost, there we go. Yep. You can even see it in the video. If you go back and look, you can see how much more of a contraction that she's getting down at the bottom. You see more of her tricep. Good. The diamond push-ups is something that I like to do whenever I want to, burn out my triceps after the movements that we just showed you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do it on an incline instead of down here because it's more comfortable for my joints. Also, if you don't have a mat, it's much more comfortable doing it here because of your wrists. So basically it's going to look like this. The reason it's called diamond is because you are forming a diamond shape with your hands. So I'm forming a diamond here and instead of using my chest, mostly I'm trying to press with my triceps. So I'm coming down here. My triceps are going back and then I'm pushing up with my triceps. So I want you to pay attention to how much her elbows are flaring out here. So they're not like a regular push-up, right? So these are more focused for triceps rather than just chest. All right, so usually with these, since it's the last movement that I want to do for my triceps, I'm going to do 2 sets until failure, AMRAP. So it's like a burnout, basically. Now what we're going to transition into is biceps. Since we finished the triceps, we're going to go to a cable. And what we're going to do here is we're going to focus on the stretch behind us. So whenever we're using the cable to do curls, so it's going to be behind me. Focus on that stretch, lock in the elbow, and curl. So after we do that, we are going to superset it with the behind the back wrist curls, I believe that's what they're called. Behind the back barbell wrist curls. So we're going to grab the barbell from over here, load it how much we can,
actually curl because we're going to be focusing on the forearms, which are pretty weak. I haven't done that in a while, but I need to grow them again. So we're going to be standing like this, and we're going to be curling them like this.
So we're going into a bicep superset. It's one of my favorites that I like to use not just for myself, but also with my clients. I literally love this one.
Literally.
Jesse's gonna demonstrate. So all we're doing here is just alternating hammer curls. Boom. She's keeping her elbow locked in, glued to her side, so she's not doing this crazy swinging back. And we're not ego lifting, guys. We're trying to get big biceps, and we can't really do that by ego lifting. So, boom. Boom, nice.
Hey, don't.
Boom, nice. And then, after these, we're going to go straight into a reverse bicep curl. So I like the reverse with these specifically, just so you can target a little bit more forearm. We did the same thing with, those behind the back curls that we did. But this is just another variation where you're training the biceps and still getting a little bit more forearm involvement. So notice her wrist. I know we keep pointing out wrist, but it's important here. So as she comes up, she keeps it locked in. And as she comes down, she's still keeping it locked in. She's letting it come down all the way. And then all the way up, all the way down. Elbows are still locked in. She's not swaying them behind her. She's not bringing them forward. So Jesse showed me a incorrect way of doing this by bringing the elbow.
So this is something that I often see too. Like I see so many girls do this online, and I'm always like, oh no, all you gotta do is lock in. But I see a lot of people do this, where they bring they're doing it forward, or when they're doing it, they're bringing it backwards.
Pushing through pain thresholds and pushing past failure, usually people stop before they actually reach true failure. So you saw how I pushed Jessie there at the end. It's very important. So I'm sure she did a little bit more reps than she thought that she was going to do, because it's easy in your head while you're going through it, like, oh, I think I only got 2 more left. You may actually have 4 more left. So next time that you're feeling uncomfortable, you're feeling that burn at the end of your set, think about 1 more. Think about adding 1 more than you thought that you could do. Ta-da!
Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us today. So, as you saw, very simple workout. If we're counting supersets as 1 movement, everything today was 4 or 5 movements? Very short. You don't have to be in the gym for 2 hours, dude. Seriously, everyone is like, oh, let me add the most volume in the world to make this the longest workout ever. That doesn't have to be the case. You just have to push intensity, have fun, and actually train with good form. That's all you got to do. If you want to support me and you like these pants, use code Jesse for Dark Sport. If you're looking for any supplements and you want to also support me, use code Jesse as well for rice supplements. Oh.